This podcast episode is brought to you by Itopia Live Herb House, where cannabis and culture combine for a one-of-a-kind experience. Visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across from the Canadian Embassy. Also, follow them on IG at Itopia Life or their webpage at itopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. This podcast episode is also brought to you by
Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics and you can check them out. Their website at www.lulusholistics.com. And guys, you can use our code TheFix10. The Fix.
Yes, you've been saying it wrong for quite some time.
Oh, the Fix to get 10%. To get 10% off your next deal, your next purchase. The Fix to get 10% off your next purchase. The reason why I keep on saying the 10 is because you can use Lothian's Boutique, my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
Such a smooth save.
That's Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
Big up J Business Solutions for your high-end phones and electronics. Get them from J Business Solutions. Good customer service, unlike some nail tech people. Unbeatable deals, quality products. Follow them and get 5% off your first purchase at J Business. Shout out. This podcast episode is also brought to you by Shoutout Barbers, located at 9 Brandstraff Square. Steve, big up your damn self. Go follow him right there. So, also big up our patrons, DB and Tamogood. And also remember to cut that Fix merch, people. Black tee with the white logo, the blue tee with the faded logo, the Fix mask, as well as the Fix cup and our Fix Things merch. All up at teespring.com /stores / the Fix JA. What stood out to you this year in music?
Stood out?
Yeah.
You know the Canva series that it shot though? I think that was the highlight of my year.
I look like them, I'ma put it out as like a one
show something. And I think that to me is brilliant.
compilation.
I
Brilliant.
personally think that Governor is one of the greatest things that happened to modern dancehall. I think he's creative.
Him creative, man.
I think he is not only that, but he's such a good writer. Like to pen such a story, such a graphic story that is not only humorous but relatable and topical. Like that
Told
is
throughout the course of a year.
yes. That to me is just
The man literally have a conversation with himself.
And then when people question him about what he said in said conversation, I said, "Oh, it wasn't me."
yeah, I think that to me
God.
was my highlight from how it was from Dina himself. Like Dina, he's not really one of my favorite personalities, but he did so well in this thing.
This role that he played.
It to me, I think
I hope
whole-
Governor and our Strike Force team cut him a nice check and carry it too.
Yeah.
The big part of
and
why
it kind of
is
sad
what
to
it
say you
is.
can't really sing it because it's not something you can sing along to.
Not
but I
necessarily.
found myself like watching it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're intrigued by the
repeatedly.
story.
Like
Yeah.
like, and I usually don't do that. Like I usually don't. Like it's always just like it's a story that you tell and you don't really want to listen it again for like a couple
Exactly.
months. But I found myself like it was in my playlist and it was just coming up and I was like, yeah, play it.
Governor is one of the bright spots as well. Kick off the year with that good album.
Yeah.
All the top dancehall albums released this year.
Yeah.
The moves that he has been making this year, as you mentioned, with the Canva series.
Yeah.
When did they do the collab with Coffee?
Last year.
Was it last year?
Rupture.
That kind of bleed into this year. I like when we jump on the remix of My Girl song.
Jazzelys.
Yeah. Give that song a whole new life because that song is a hit song.
Yeah.
That song a whole lot more.
And I
legs.
think probably that song would have probably even get properly promoted
Probably
if it
if it
wasn't for
wasn't
the
for
pandemic.
pandemic. But yeah, the moves he has been making throughout the
Shout
year.
out to JLL too.
Shout out.
He's a
Yeah, man,
damn good producer.
he's been doing good
Just
work,
I
damn good work
realized
this
him.
year.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
What stood out for me was, as I said, the albums. I've never listened to so much dancehall albums in any given year,
Yeah.
apart from this year.
What's your favorite one? Haha.
I forget to the popcorn one. I would give it to the popcorn one. It's ironic because
I would have given it to Governor
I give it to
because I
Governor?
listened to that. Humans and Monsters are not the same.
I listen
like,
to the poppy
couple
one more,
times.
man. I listen to the poppy one more.
Actually, you
So,
know. Yes.
yeah,
Me
I listen
too.
to the poppy one more.
Yeah.
I mean, Governor album, but I just felt like
Melissa Prota album
Popcorn
too.
and Protege had a good album as well. I just feel like Popcorn's album did well to further solidify him foot in the dancehall and US space especially.
Yeah.
Even though the sales weren't there as we talked about before. But the song them, what they dep on the album, they're just solid. That's solid body of work. Even him and the move that he's been making this year.
He
Probably
wasn't
they have-
nominated. Yeah, he wasn't nominated for a Grammy.
which I felt enough people felt like he should have been, including Shaggy. You see me?
Honestly, I think I did say,
Yeah.
It was egregious for real. Yeah.
I feel if one dancehall project could have get the nod, it was that
Yeah.
one.
And at least what we were looking for it to get.
Yeah.
But then that's why I never really want to focus, because I think the Skip album was very good. Again, like you said, the Marleys aren't really appreciated in Jamaica. I don't know why, but that Skip album,
I listen to that. It's a good album. You know, I finally get to listen to Dexter's album. It was a good album.
good.
That too. A good body of work that too. But for sure, like, there's been
yeah.
good albums being released this year. We got 2 Kartel albums, even though they weren't.
I never last year.
No, it was actually this year. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how far back you put it back in the memory.
Wait, Tanisha was before a BC before Corona.
Yeah.
This year BC
Yeah, and of Dance and Divas was
lit in a Corona.
yeah.
Why would it feel like a last year?
INAC in a Corona.
Yeah. And even though they weren't the best of work that we've received from Kartel, I feel it continued to show the sort of struggle I'm up on things, because it has swear things say these were the greatest bodies of work ever released in dancehall ever. Just for show you the conversation like surrounding the albums, especially when them drop. You remember what that's like? Iman Governor released album on the same day, and the whole timeline they talk about Tutanisha and you see me? The whole story surrounding that and the songs and everything.
Which
and just
was
to
weird,
show
'cause I
the
didn't
longevity
even-
of this brother and the
like,
music.
but that was so funny, because I never even see that promoted on any of my timeline of his album. It was all about, well, it was more, I guess we know Governor's team.
That would be.
Why he,
No, but all of my time was that about Tutanisha and
no, before it's released.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah, 'cause we never did see
sure.
any.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we talk about that
Yeah,
to say we never
yeah.
did too sure about
Yeah.
if an album was released. So yeah. As me said, like, it just goes to show his longevity in the space.
I think Kartel's history will be, when they talk about him, he'll be talked as one of the greatest.
Without that doubt. He's already been
And
talked
The man
about
is a
as
legend, fam.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
He's a fucking living legend now.
He
I mean, I
is.
think, and you cannot say that he's never not in the top of dancehall, the top 5, top 10.
An argument could be made this year. You say top 10.
But top 10.
But he's always in top 10. Always.
Always.
Yeah.
If you see him numbers, they're leading the way in
Yeah.
streaming numbers. In
Yeah.
here in streaming numbers, I think
Yeah.
he's number 1 on YouTube. I think he's number 1 on Spotify. Apart from Sean Paul. of course.
Shaggy, come here, man.
Yeah, of course, with them on there,
We don't-
different class. Yeah, I mean, but
They're God tier and he's A level.
you know, A tier.
He's
In my
God
A tier.
tier. Sean Paul and Shaggy are God tier international
Yeah.
dancehall, and
God tier dancer. There's a different tier there.
You have God, I have Jesus.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus. You know what I mean?
so
Yeah.
God level blasphemous, by the way. I hate that shit. But God level Shaggy and Sean Paul, Bob Marley.
So even though there may be
But
conversations,
Jesus level Vybz Kartel.
yo, I thought we had the levels down pat, alright. Even though there might be conversations say you might drop off, and I personally see I haven't really been checking for Kartel's music that much, to be honest. But even so, the numbers have still been there. Still been there. I'm say we've been
Funny, I
have a
don't-
conversation. So who has been making dancehall hits well into their 40s on a consistent level like this person?
Over 20 decades, blood clot. Sorry.
20 decades.
Two
Two
decades.
decades. Sorry.
That Kartel has been in music, and he has had a very good reign.
Yeah.
From him hit, he's constantly been like the reigning artist, and you can't.
He
deny
has
that.
been the bar.
Yeah.
He has been the bar.
From him hit, he has changed dancehall dramatically.
It's
From how
almost
them put
like-
out music, from
yeah.
how music is written, from what from what can be spoken about, he created a cultural shift with fellatio. Dog,
I'll never forget that.
man is a legend. He's a cultural phenomenon. We never gonna see. Some people say it before, and I was like, really? But think in my lifetime, probably would never see
And
somebody
even
like that again.
when we talk about interviewing artists and the best and worst artists to interview, when you see him pass interview, you just realize there's nobody as charismatic as this brother. No one
No one.
as witty.
Yeah.
Is he me?
Intelligent, insightful. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because we've interviewed.
Yes,
few people.
yeah. But in terms charisma,
Yeah. Natural born, nah put on.
nobody not really have it like him. No one. You know what I mean? A testament to this man's who?
Not to kill a dog. Dog, what are you talking about? Beanie Man, what are you
do you
talking
mean?
about?
What do you
Nah,
mean?
in that, but I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I feel like
You get what I'm
I
saying?
think over time, Bounty and probably Beanie get it, but I feel like from we know Kartel, Kartel studied that he was going to be a fucking star, and we see it, and it just
Killer have a
come out.
different connection with the people.
Yeah.
Bounty in terms of his magnetism on stage and performance is still untouched. When I talk about a different level of charisma, this one different league. Not to say it's a better league, it's a different league of charisma and cult of personality that we've ever seen in a dancer.
Because he has literally Kartel created a cult,
Literally.
a cult, a fandom. Like the dogs, them.
Till we say
crazy.
them are stands.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
Gaza.
Stands. You know what I mean? So, standouts of the year
Yeah.
for me.